Good morning, Hashima. This is Wednesday, April 22nd, and we are going over lesson 92 today, which is convert customary measurements for weight. So before I start with the introduction, I just want to remind you of what we started with yesterday, which was customary units for distance. So remember, the United States uses a different system of measurement from most of the rest of the world, and this is called the customary system. So for length, we used small inches, then feet, then yards, then miles. And today we're going to do the same thing, but this time for weight. So how heavy or light something is. So the smallest unit of weight we're going to use is ounces, which are small. And then the next biggest is pounds. And then the next biggest is tons. And tons are very, very large. Ounces are really small. That's what you would use to measure something light, like a baby or a pencil or an eraser, something small. Pounds are used for like household objects like TVs, people, plates, weights that you would use at the gym usually are measured in pounds. So usually you think about the size of the object and how heavy or light it is, and that's how you decide what unit you're going to use. So if you want to measure something really far away, you would use miles. If you want to measure something really close, you might use inches. Similarly for weight, if you want to measure something really small, you would use ounces, and something really big, like an elephant, you would use tons. So think about the size of the object that you're measuring or the unit before thinking about what you're going to convert it to. Something that we talked about yesterday is that if you're going from a big unit to a small unit, it's like you're having an explosion, you're multiplying. So big to small, multiply, and then small to big, it's like you have to chop it up and divide. So again, small to big, chop it up. Big to small, multiply. So that's the two directions that you're going to go. And if you think about it logically, it makes sense. Like if you're going to take something that's in inches and turn it into feet, you need to put them into one large group. So that means it's like you're dividing. But on the other hand, if you're taking something big and you want to make it into smaller pieces, it's like you're multiplying. You need to make more of them. So think about that as we go through today's lesson. So today we're going to be doing weight. And there's a game that you can play and a video that you can watch that will help you understand how big these things are. So let's talk about units for weight. So the customary system uses ounces, pounds, and tons to measure weight. Here's your conversion chart on this side. 1 pound is always going to be 16 ounces. 1 ton is always going to be 2,000 pounds. Fact number 2, we use multiplication and division to convert units. So to convert a big unit to a small unit, you're going to multiply. If you're going to do small to big, you're going to chop it up and divide. So let's take a look at example A. So a newborn tiger cub weighs 56 ounces. Tiger cubs are small, so we're going to use ounces. How many pounds does the cub weigh? So we're going to convert the small ounces into bigger pounds. So small to big means that you're going to divide. So 16 ounces is always going to be equal to 1 pound. So we're going to convert. Notice how I lined these up, and that's how I decided that I'm going to go from small to big. So we're going to do 56 divided by 16 because we're grouping the ounces into pounds. So 56 divided by 16 is going to give you 3 whole pounds and 8 leftover ounces. So what you can do is either call it 3 pounds, 8 ounces, or you can turn it into a fraction like I did. So 3 and 8/16, because the remainder can become the numerator. So 3 and 8/16, which is also equal to 3 and 1/2, which I then converted to a decimal, 3.5. So any one of those ways of showing the answer is fine, either 3.5, 3 and 8/16, or 3.5. All right, and then example B, let's do another one together. Susan's new baby sister weighs 6 pounds, 13 ounces. We want to know how many ounces this is. So I listed it out, 6 pounds and 13 leftover ounces, and we want to turn it into only ounces. So notice I'm lining up my pounds with my pounds and my ounces with my ounces. So 1 pound is always going to be 16 ounces. This time we're going the other way. We're going from a big unit to a smaller one, which means we're going to need more of them, so we have to multiply. Big to small is multiply. So we're going to multiply 16 times 6 and then add the leftover 13. So I did 16 times 6 over here and I got 96, and then add in the extra 13, and that's going to give you a total of 109 ounces. So that's what we're going to practice today, is turning and converting different measurements in between ounces, pounds, and tons. Tons are really, really big. So keep in mind what direction you're moving if you're going big to small, and multiplying, or small to big and dividing. And again, there's tons of stuff up on the drive for you to look at that will hopefully help you understand it. And we'll talk more on Zoom.